This is Mr. William, and today we're talking about why men have completely given up on approaching women. Most people think it's because guys got lazy, scared, or spend too much time playing video games. That's the easy answer everyone likes. But I'm going to show you what's really happening, and once you see it, you can't ignore it. Men didn't stop approaching because they're weak or scared. They stopped because they looked at the situation and realized it's not worth it. The risk is too high. What you get out of it is almost nothing, and everything is stacked against you from the start. You're not crazy for seeing this. You're just awake. Here's a quick test that proves I'm right. Go to any bar, any coffee shop, anywhere people hang out. Watch how men and women interact. You'll see something. Men don't look at women. They don't smile. They don't start talking. They walk past good-looking women like they're invisible. And this isn't an accident. It's survival. Your dad could walk up to a woman at a grocery store, get turned down, and go about his day. Nothing happened. But you try that now. You could get filmed, put on the internet, called a creep, and have your whole life ruined by dinner time. Everything changed, and smart guys figured out the only way to win is not to play. Let me explain what goes through a guy's head now when he thinks about talking to a woman. He's doing a wrist check that's insane, and every part of it says, don't do it. Truth one, you can get destroyed in public. There's the instant social risk. She could look disgusted, reject you loud enough for everyone to hear, or embarrass you in front of people. Her friends will take her side no matter how nice you were. Every woman around will think you're a creep. You're guilty right away, and there's no way to prove you're not. I saw this happen at a bar 2 weeks ago. A guy walked up to a woman. Normal approach. Said hi, introduced himself, made some small talk. She wasn't interested. That's fine. But she didn't just say, no thanks. She said it loud. Made a face like he disgusted her. Then right away told her friends he was being creepy. He didn't do anything wrong, nothing that would have been weird 10 years ago. But in 30 seconds, everyone in that bar thought he was some kind of predator. Every woman there now thinks he's dangerous because one woman decided she didn't like him. Truth two, your face ends up online. Then there's the phone, the camera that's always recording. 1 out of every 3 women will film guys they don't like and post it on the internet. You don't even have to do anything bad. She just has to feel uncomfortable. And that's completely up to her and changes based on if she thinks you're hot or not. Same exact approach. Totally different results depending on things you can't change. How tall you are, what your face looks like, how much money you seem to have, things you were born with. That's what decides if you're confident or creepy, charming or threatening. A guy I know works in tech, makes good money, nice guy, walked up to a woman at a bookstore, polite, said hi. She wasn't interested. He said okay and left. Thought nothing of it. She recorded the whole thing, cut out the part where he was polite, posted it on TikTok saying men are trash, and why do they think they can just talk to us? 400,000 views. His face clear as day. People at his job saw it. Clients saw it. HR brought him in to talk about what he does outside of work. He did nothing wrong. 0. But his job got harder. People questioned him. His life got complicated because one woman wanted likes on the internet. Truth 3. The numbers are insane. Let's talk about the actual numbers because numbers tell the truth when everyone else lies. The average guy has to approach 20 to 30 women to get one phone number. Out of those numbers, maybe 20% turn into dates. That's 100 to 150 tries for one single date. And that's if you're average looking and know how to talk to people. Not ugly, not awkward, just normal. But here's the crazy part. Each of those 100 rejections isn't no big deal like it was for your dad. Every single one could blow up your life. Getting embarrassed in public, getting put on social media, getting your reputation destroyed, getting called a creep, getting kicked out of places, having women warn each other about you like you're dangerous. You're playing a game where you lose every time and one loss ends everything. And what do you win if everything goes perfect? A first date with someone who's probably talking to 5 other guys right now, who expects things that don't exist in real life because of Instagram and movies, and who will stop responding after you spend $200 on dinner because she didn't feel it. The whole thing is broken. Risk is huge. Reward is tiny. And any guy who can see patterns knows this. I work with guys whose lives got wrecked from one approach. At one time, talking to someone and everything changed, one guy told a woman at a work party she looked nice. Simple, normal, appropriate for where they were. One sentence. You look nice today. She went to HR and said he made her uncomfortable. He got written up. His promotion got pushed back 6 months. Everyone at that company sees him different now, forever. All for saying something every guy before him would have thought was polite, even kind. Truth 4, everything got flipped after Me Too. The Me Too thing was needed. Real predators who actually hurt women needed to get caught. Nobody argues with that. Nobody with any sense says those guys didn't deserve what happened, but it created damage nobody wants to talk about. It made normal guys scared to do anything. Millions of regular guys watched what happened to men who just read signals wrong or were awkward, and they made a smart choice based on what they saw. It's not worth the risk. Every guy saw the same thing happen over and over, in every industry, in every social group, everywhere. You don't need proof anymore to destroy someone. Just saying something happened is enough. What you meant doesn't matter. Only how she felt matters. And how she felt is treated like fact automatically. And how she felt can change years later when it helps her to say normal stuff was actually harassment. When destroying you becomes useful for her story. Think about what this does to guys. The impossible spot it puts them in. You're told to approach women. Be confident. Make a move. That's what being a man looks like. That's what women say they want. But you're also told that attention women don't want is harassment. That making someone uncomfortable is basically assault. That crossing lines you can't see makes you a predator. How do you know if she wants you to talk to her before you talk to her? You can't. It's impossible. You can't win. The only move that works is don't play. A guy I worked with asked a woman at his gym for her number. They'd been making eye contact and smiling at each other for weeks. Clear signs she was interested by any normal standard. She said yes, seemed happy about it. They went out for 3 weeks. Didn't work out. Normal breakup stuff. 6 months later, she told the gym he'd been harassing her, made her feel unsafe, went after her when she didn't want it. He got banned. 5 years going to that gym. Gone. No investigation. No hearing. No chance to tell his side. Just her word. And her word was all it took. Truth 5? It only matters if you're hot. Here's the part that makes guys want to lose their minds. The thing that breaks the whole just be respectful advice. The exact same approach is either great or creepy, depending completely on if she thinks you're good looking. Not what you say. Not how nice you are. Not how respectful you are. Not what you meant. Just your face. Your height. How much money you look like you have. A hot guy can be forward, sexual, even rude, and it's confident. He knows what he wants. So attractive. A normal guy makes polite small talk, perfect manners, and he's creepy, trying too hard. Why can't men just leave us alone? Same words, same tone, same respect. Totally different results based on things you were born with, things you can't change. You're being judged before you say anything, sentenced before the trial starts, and the verdict is based on if your face is good enough. Watch how women react when hot guys approach versus when normal guys approach. You'll see it right away. The hot guy gets smiles, open body language, eye contact, phone numbers handed over easy. I'd love to get coffee. The normal guy using the same exact words gets short answers, arms crossed, looking away, quick exit. And I have a boyfriend whether it's true or not. Then women say, men don't approach anymore. Men aren't confident. Men are too scared. They do approach. You just don't see it because you're rejecting them before they finish saying hello, erasing them from your mind because they're not hot enough. I see this all the time with guys I work with. Same test over and over, same results every time. A guy I know approached women at bars for a month. He's 6'2", good looking, good job, objectively attractive. 60% of women gave him their number. His friend, 5'7", average looking, same job, same money, same social skills. Use the exact same words, the exact same approach. 5% success rate, 12 times worse. Same words, same respect, 55% difference just because of genetics, because of things neither guy chose. Women now react to being approached like you attacked them, like previous generations would think is shockingly rude. Your grandma would have said no, thank you with a smile. That's it. Done. No drama. Modern women act like you assaulted them by saying hi, like you existing near them is an attack, like talking to them violates their rights. The look of disgust on their faces is over the top. Performed for an audience. The eye rolls are dramatic. Designed to embarrass you in front of everyone. The loud rejections are meant to make sure everyone nearby knows they said no, and you were wrong for asking. They don't just say, not interested. They punish you for trying, for thinking you had a chance. I watched a guy at a coffee shop approach a woman reading. His approach was textbook. Excuse me, I know this is random, but I thought you seemed interesting. I'd love to grab coffee if you're up for it. Polite, direct, gave her an easy out, respectful. Her response, she didn't even look up, just said, you know. Loud enough for everyone to hear, made sure the whole place knew how disgusted she was. He left embarrassed, humiliated for asking a simple question in public, punished for trying. This hostility isn't rare. It's not just some women. It's the default now, the standard. Women have been trained to see male attention as threatening or creepy, or annoying unless it comes from the top 10% of guys they're attracted to. Everyone else is a problem to be dealt with harshly, to make sure they don't try again. Truth 6. Women's standards make no sense. Let's talk about the thing everyone sees but nobody's allowed to say. Women's standards have become completely disconnected from reality, from how the market actually works, from what they actually offer. The average woman now wants above average men as her starting point, her bare minimum. The below average woman wants average men and thinks that's settling. And everyone, no matter what they bring, thinks they deserve the top 20%. And he believes they're entitled to men who are better than them in every way. This wouldn't be a problem if people were realistic, if people understood what they're worth and adjusted. But when a woman who's a 5 thinks she deserves a guy who's an 8, when she won't even look at guys at her level, the whole thing breaks. The market stops working. And most approaches are dead before they start. And most guys don't meet most women's standards, which means most approaches are pointless. I worked with a woman recently who couldn't figure out why she was single, why men weren't approaching, why dating was so hard. She was 36, overweight, in debt, worked retail, no career path, lived with roommates, no savings, no assets, no special skills. Her list for men: over 6 feet, makes over 100,000, in shape, no kids but wants kids, emotionally available, good at communicating, ambitious, successful. I asked what she offered that would attract that kind of man. She got mad, defensive, offended I even asked. I shouldn't have to offer anything. I'm the prize. Men should want me. The delusion is complete. The entitlement is total. Guys see this everywhere. Every interaction, every dating app, every conversation. The single mom with 3 kids who won't date guys with kids because she has enough going on. The unemployed woman who needs a 6-figure earner to even think about a date. The overweight woman who demands a fit guy and calls it body shaming when fit guys aren't interested. The broke woman who expects expensive dates and calls you cheap if you suggest coffee. The pattern is everywhere, undeniable. Offer nothing or offer the minimum. Demand everything and call men shallow when they do the same math. The social media problem. Social media destroyed whatever was left of normal dating, whatever balance still existed. Every woman now gets constant validation from tons of guys, hundreds if she's even a little attractive, attention coming in all day, every day. While Instagram DMs from guys she never met, Facebook messages from old friends trying their luck, Snapchat attention from guys hanging around hoping for a shot. They're drowning in male attention delivered straight to their phone. Unlimited options all the time. Why would she care about the guy talking to her at the store when she has 47 unread messages from guys she matched with last week? Why would she pay attention to the guy trying to start a conversation at Starbucks when her phone has endless options she can look at whenever she wants? Your real-life approach can't compete with the digital buffet in her pocket. You're interrupting her day to offer what she already has too much of, male attention. Except you're offering it in a way that needs her to respond right now, to be present, to actually engage. The phone gives her attention without obligation, validation without commitment, options without decisions. You're offering reality, which takes effort. She doesn't need you. She doesn't need any one guy. She has hundreds giving her attention. And that's more addictive than anything you can offer standing in front of her. Dating apps promise to fix this, to make dating easier for everyone. But they showed something devastating, something that killed whatever hope guys had left. The actual success rate for normal guys on apps is worse than approaching in person. Way worse. Catastrophically worse. Most guys get almost no matches even after months of swiping. The ones they get don't respond. The ones who respond ghost after 3 messages. And the system is obviously designed to take your money instead of getting you dates. To keep you hoping and paying instead of succeeding and leaving. A guy showed me his app stats after 6 months. These numbers are normal, not unusual. 6 months on 3 apps at once, $400 spent on premium features, 2,000 swipes showing interest, 47 matches total. 7 matches responded to his first message. 2 conversations went past 5 messages. 0 dates happened from all that work and money. He's educated, has a good job. Normal pictures, no weird stuff in his profile. But on the apps, he's invisible. He doesn't exist. His profile might as well not be there. The fake promise of dating apps made guys give up entirely instead of helping. They thought technology would make dating fair, make it easier for everyone. Instead, it proved that in a digital marketplace where women can sort guys by height and income before even seeing their face, where they can swipe through hundreds of options in minutes, average guys don't just struggle. They don't exist at all to the women they're trying to match with. After enough rejection, something breaks inside guys. But it's not what people think. It's not confidence that breaks. It's the willingness to keep trying. The desire to participate in a system that punishes them disappears. They hit what I call approach exhaustion, where the emotional cost of constant rejection is bigger than any possible benefit. where the pain of trying is worse than the hope of success. Each rejection hurts in a way that builds up instead of going away. Multiply that pain by hundreds of approaches over months or years, and you create emotional damage that doesn't heal. Guys develop protection mechanisms, not because they're weak or scared, because they're protecting themselves. Basic psychological survival. Don't approach. Don't put yourself out there. Don't take the risk. Don't expose yourself to the hostility. It's not being a coward. It's the same thing that stops you from touching a hot stove after you've been burned. I've worked with guys who made 200, 300, even 400 approaches over years, guys who really tried, followed all the advice, approached respectfully, handled rejection well, kept trying because they thought eventually it would work. The success rate was so low and the emotional damage was so bad that they eventually just stopped. Not because they became bitter or angry or started hating women, but because they decided their mental health mattered more than chasing increasingly hostile women with impossible standards who saw them as annoyances instead of potential partners. One guy told me something that captures the whole modern male experience perfectly. I can handle rejection. I've been rejected hundreds of times, that's fine. That's part of dating. What I can't handle is being made to feel like a criminal for trying, being treated like my interest is an attack, being looked at with disgust for being respectful. That sentence is the whole problem in one thought. It's not the no that stops guys from approaching. It's the disgust, the hostility, the message that approaching at all makes you a bad person, the treatment that says your interest is offensive. Men haven't stopped going after women because they're weak or lazy or scared. They stop because the system punishes normal male behavior, weaponized female discomfort, inflated female standards beyond anything real, and created a dating market where average guys are invisible, disposable, and guilty from the start with no way to ever prove otherwise. If you're a guy who stopped approaching, who pulled back from dating, who decided the risk isn't worth what you might get, understand you're not alone. Millions of guys made the same calculation, looked at the same evidence, came to the same conclusion. You're not broken. The system is. Drop your experience in the comments. Have you stopped approaching? What moment changed your mind? Let's see how common this really is. And if this made sense to you, subscribe. This channel exists to tell the truth about dating that nobody else will say, to validate experiences that get dismissed, and to remind guys that protecting yourself from a rigged system isn't weakness, it's smart. The truth might be uncomfortable, but it's way less damaging than continuing to play a game that's designed for you to lose.